So I am here in Dubai about to test drive this truck. It's a Mercedes truck and it's cute. It's my first time driving one. I was also told I might be the first female truck driver to ever drive a truck in Dubai.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to cover this story that's gone viral recently about a Houston female truck driver, 29-year-old Tierra Young Allen, who has been detained in Dubai. She's been there for over 2 months and it's only just started to gain traction within the media. This woman was arrested in Dubai for yelling in public. She got into an altercation with people at the car rental company. Apparently she was a passenger and they got into an accident. I'm assuming obviously the car was damaged, and her mother said she was asked to pay an undisclosed amount and she got into an argument and yelling took place and she was arrested because over in Dubai, women aren't supposed to be yelling and screaming in public. It's against the law. So she was arrested and she has been there ever since. Her passport has been confiscated. When you rent a car, they do take your ID, and obviously you have to return the car to get your ID back. So we're going to play a news clip and we're going to get into the story. So take a look.
On Fox, the last 2 months are described as terrifying for a Houston woman who we're told is being detained in Dubai.
Fox 26's Domly Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Domly.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according to her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City, but according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public.
It also could result in prison time. So it's very scary.
The trip turned terrifying for Tierra Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai. Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter says it did not go well.
She found out that she could only receive those items if she paid an undisclosed amount of money. She dealt with a very aggressive individual, a young man there who was screaming at her.
Baxter says her 29-year-old daughter ultimately yelled back at the rental car agent, she says resulting in her being charged for screaming there in Dubai.
And so she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time.
It's been very emotional. There are some days I stay up all night crying.
They have a strict law system that is really based on theocracy.
This website warns, quote, laws and customs are very different, so be aware of your actions to ensure they don't offend while in United Arab Emirates. Now, after Baxter says her daughter was charged with screaming in Dubai, her passport has been taken, and the American social media influencer who works as a truck driver can't leave the UAE, according to her mom. And her mom says she's been placed under a travel ban pending the outcome of the investigation.
It's very frightening. The longer she's been there, the more reality has started to kick in.
In our opinion, she did not commit a crime. Don't punish women for doing the same thing a man can do in Dubai. It's not fair and it's not right.
Now, the 29-year-old does now have an attorney there in Dubai, and her mom says she's told that she could face jail time because there is surveillance video of her screaming. Now, we have reached out to the U.S. and the UAE embassies. Will government officials step in and give her assistance? I'm still awaiting responses. Reporting live near downtown Houston, I'm Damalie Keith, Fox 26 News.
Okay, so Tierra is a social media influencer too, and she documents, being a female truck driver, which, is pretty rare. So she already works in a male-dominated field. And over here in the US, you can get away with yelling in public. Obviously, it's not against the law here. We have freedom of speech. You can, go to town. But when you go to other countries, you have to acknowledge that there are other rules and customs, other forms of expectations. There may be religious laws. If you're going to a Muslim country, you have to be aware of the country you're going to and, what is considered acceptable and what isn't. Now, people go to Dubai all the time. Westerners go to Dubai all the time and have no issues because they conduct themselves, just like regular, normal people. But if you conduct yourself in a way that's unbecoming, you may face the consequences. Now, that lawyer, he said it's not fair and it's not right for a woman to be detained for something that a man could get away with doing there. He said it's not fair and it's not right. But this isn't America. You're talking about Dubai. You're talking about another country. And this isn't going to help Tierra to have that attitude. You can't go there and say you're wrong. Your laws are wrong. Women should be able to do what men can do. Still very well saying that here, but over there in Dubai and other countries similar, you can't have that attitude. The best thing that any lawyer can do for Tierra, whoever goes over there, whether, they get a lawyer in Dubai, a lawyer here is not going to be able to do anything anyway, but the best thing a lawyer can do is to show that their client is remorseful. That's the best thing, is to actually show some humility, rather than going over there and expecting Dubai to be like here. At least over there, they can define what a woman is. All countries have their pros and cons in many regards. At least over there, they know how to define what a woman is before you start talking about what a woman can and can't do. So the best thing, the best attitude that Tierra can have right now is one of remorse, is one of humility, and one of regret. That's the quickest way to get her out of there. Don't go over there acting like you can lay down the law, because the laws of that country are not the same as the laws here. So again, people go there all the time. It's not like Western women go there and, get arrested all the time. Things do happen. I've heard of all sorts of stories of people thinking they can conduct themselves in public like they do here in the US or any other parts of the West and getting themselves into trouble. People kissing in public and things of that nature. Some people have taken it too far and ended up getting themselves arrested. So again, just be aware of the country you're traveling to. I've traveled to countries with Sharia law, but it hasn't affected me one bit. As a Western tourist, it never affected me. At most, if I went into a certain building, there were signs saying, cover your arms, things of, that nature. At most, that was the most it affected me. Because I wasn't going around yelling and screaming. I didn't get into altercations with people. Now, they didn't really address the fact that damage was probably done to that car, was probably done to that vehicle, and you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay for the damage you've done to the vehicle. You can't just, over here in the US, things like that happen, there's insurance. You can't even drive without having insurance to cover the damage of certain things. And that's taken care of at a later date. There, you're not going anywhere until you pay. And obviously, if you're a Westerner, you probably have to pay a little bit more than a local would have to pay. That's just the reality. So again, you have to pay for the damage you've done, and you have to accept that you're not going to get your passport back until that is the case. Now, this is a truck driver. I respect truck drivers, but, she's also a social media influencer. Don't know the purpose of her going to Dubai. People go there for all sorts of reasons. Women go there for business. Women make good money in Dubai. So again, it's not the way the lawyers painting out this country as if to say, you know, oh, yelling in public. Many people would be appalled at that a woman can get arrested for yelling in public. The way he said, you know, doing something a man can do. A lot of people here would be appalled at that. But if you choose to go there, that's the risk you're going to take. You could get arrested for yelling in public, yes. That's something you have to consider before going there. You can't act like you're in Houston while you're over there and expect there to be no consequences. That's it. So I don't believe, you know, this woman should be detained indefinitely. I want her to come home. You know, if I hear that she's been sent home tomorrow, I'll be very happy to hear that. You know, I want her to come home. I want her to be released. She made a mistake. And, you know, these things do happen. Even when you go abroad, you're not aware of certain customs, certain laws, or you just lose it. That does happen. And I don't want her to be detained there, you know, risk prison time. I don't want her to go to prison. Of course, you know, we want her to come home. But I find it interesting how the American embassy haven't reached out to Fox. The American embassy haven't intervened in this. Perhaps she doesn't tick enough boxes for them. She's black, she's a woman. Apparently that's not enough. If she was LGBTQ and, you know, had a little bit of fame, more than TikTok fame, then maybe, you know, they'll find it worth intervening. All you people who vote for this administration, you demanded for, you know, women like Brittany Griner to come home. Why aren't you taking up for Tierra in this situation? The Biden administration need to intervene to get her home as soon as possible. Otherwise, you know, they're just showing themselves to only care about people who are famous, only care about people who, you know, tick all their boxes. But this young black woman stuck in Dubai, you know, we didn't even hear about it until recently. Just a few days. She's been there for 2 months. So, you know, I hope this is a learning experience. Again, approach this with humility. Don't go there with all that American nonsense, all that woke nonsense, and thinking that's going to get her home. Because they're going to tell you you're going to learn today. That's not going to fly here. That lawyer concerns me. He really does. The way he's talking. You can't, there's no cards over there. There's no woman card. There's no race card. There's no LGBTQ card. So you're going to have to take responsibility. You broke the laws of that country where you were enjoying, you know, having a great time, according to her social media. You had no problem going there. You had no problem enjoying yourself there, reaping the benefits of going to that country. People go there all the time for all sorts of things, and they reap the benefits. They reap the benefits of, you know, no income tax, make good money over there, women included. So now you can't turn around, you know, you don't like their laws and then say, you know, play victim. You broke the law, you have to deal with the consequences. So the good news is that Tierra has retained a lawyer there in Dubai, and, you know, obviously they're going to know what to do. The 29-year-old does have an attorney there in Dubai, and she's been told she could be sentenced to jail time because there is surveillance video of her screaming. We're told Alan is originally from San Diego, California. I do hope she's able to, you know, that some intervention is able to take place for her to come home as soon as possible. She's been there long enough. But again, show some remorse and maybe they'll, you know, cut you some slack. That's your best bet. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and God willing, I will see you in the next video.